Everyone wants to talk about this. I open the television. I see it. Kanye West is divorcing. Oh my goodness. This is what classifies for entertainment nowadays because the gaming companies are incapable of making a product. And so it's also interesting from a different point of view because it's one of those rare moments when the Christians and the woke agree with each other. Although, hold on, I can't say that. I can't say that because they will crucify me on Twitter. I need to be very careful with the words I use now because on Twitter, Christians are like cab drivers. You pick up on one of them and they all just arrived over there. You summon the entire horde. When I say Christians, I mean people who are Christian only on Twitter. If you know what I mean, right? Like if this applies to you, then I'm talking about you, right? So like if you're a normal person, but when you log on Twitter, when you click login, you become pious, okay? I'm referring to you. If not, if like you actually go to church, you actually believe in Jesus, in your other time you give to charity, I'm not talking about you, right? So like I need to make sure that there's like a distinction now. It's kind of like when you talk with feminism and you said, you know what I think about women? It's like, all women, are you saying all? Or you talked about Muslims, like, oh, inshallah, all Muslims, are you saying all? Right? Like, you need, okay. But yeah, no, like, there's an agreement when you go on Twitter between the Christians and the woke, and it's because how he mistreated his wife. I can't show on YouTube, but I'm pretty sure that everyone knows. The pictures with her wearing a furry outfit. Like she was a furry wearer. And then she takes off her jacket and shows her nudity to the world while having a resting bitch face expression. And people are saying, well, see, this is what led to the divorce. Didn't she go out of her own house wearing nothing underneath the coat? I'm just saying, when did Christians and woke people agree that women don't have agency anymore? Like, they probably talked it over. Like they decided to go. Now, here's the interesting part, all right? I would never ask my wife to do something like that, to go in front of a camera in public and reveal her naked body. But if I was paid, like someone was to give me money, and it's like, V, I'll give you $1 million. You need to convince your wife to do something like this, but don't tell her you're getting $1 million. So like, use any other argument you want. Try and persuade to get your wife to show herself naked in public. I wouldn't be able to do it. Why? Because she has this thing called agency and common decency. And like she would never go on a red carpet and do that. So this idea that, oh, the reason their relationship isn't working is because he mistreated her regarding that stuff. No, fuck off. That's not an explanation. If you watch my previous video, which was made when this event happened, when again, like the Christians and the woke, they were pearl clutching. Like they were holding each other pearls on Twitter. Again, when I say Christian, I need to understand, like, people who are only Christians on Twitter, right? If you're not that, I'm not talking about you. It's like, can you put it on a tape so that I don't get into conflict? Because, like, I get some people that I actually have respect for. It's like, V, are you talking bad about Christianity? No, I'm not talking about Bible quotes and Bible verses. I'm talking about people's behavior. Like, people who read the Bible and they are too moronic to understand what's there, and then they behave like idiots. That's what I'm talking about. Holy shit. Anyway, right, so if you watch my video, I pointed out when people were pearl clutching on Twitter. And they were like, goodness gracious, look at the degeneracy. Look at the absolute standard of our society. So, like, let me get this straight. You look at Kanye West, which has some of the most disgusting and vile lyrics in his songs. Encouraging gang culture, talking about murder and blood and being a monster. Like that's not the degeneracy of our society. No, like the degeneracy of our society is a naked woman. Like this is what horrifies now the American mind. Like seeing a naked woman, it's too traumatizing. It's like giving them Vietnam PTSD, right? Like it's just like, how can we allow, right? But like the type of music that's filled with gore and vile imagery and encourages and glorifies the gangster lifestyle, that's not a problem. Okay, fine. My take on it was that rich people are degenerates. That was my take when I made the video. I said, welcome to 2025. How long have you been on planet Earth? Because if you're under 18, please fuck off from my channel. You don't have the brain developed in order to understand context and how the world works. But like, rich people are degenerates, yes. When you're a person that can afford anything, go anywhere, do anything you want, eventually the only thing left that money can't really buy is degeneracy. And so, convincing your wife to show herself naked on camera compared to what other elites are doing is actually quite acceptable. I mean, every single society throughout medieval time, all the way up until now, the aristocrats were degenerates. They were engaging in orgies, they were having big banquets. The only difference now is that we have television and we can see them. But that's it, so like this whole thing, like, oh my goodness, how is it possible? How is it allowed? Like, why are we allowing you to complain, though, and to constantly just repeat and parrot the same shit over and over? Like, why do we allow the Karens to exist? Don't want it, don't watch it. No one is forcing you to read these papers. Holy shit. Because here's the thing that I don't get, right? Why did Kanye do this? Why did he show his wife naked? To get his name out there. We used to call this attention whoring, right? Like demeaning yourself. Because as a man, showing your wife naked is demeaning. You're demeaning yourself in order to get attention. That's why he's doing it, right? So like all these moral fogging people that like to fog the issue with their morality, what they're doing is like they're taking the obscenity and bringing it on Twitter so that they can talk about it. Because at the end of the day, like if you don't want something vile, like for instance, I don't like seeing war crimes on Twitter. I don't share them. I don't show it to other people. Sure, maybe like once or twice I did, but like I don't make a fucking habit of it. I don't do it every single fucking day like other people do. It's like, oh, look at the obscenity. Look at this. Look at that. I don't find it that obscene. Like a naked woman, it's like, for my sensibilities, like I've been on the internet since the 90s. Like you need to work a little bit harder to shock me. But from my point of view, it's like, I mean, it's a rich person doing rich people things. Whatever. Like if you think that's obscene, go watch the Met Gala. The Metropolitan Gala was a lot more problematic in my. But anyway, right, the divorce. Apparently the swastika shirt was the thing that done it. And I was like, oh my goodness. I'll say it ain't so. So first world problems, right? Now the interesting thing about the swastika shirt is that the company that doesn't want to sell the shirt, they don't want to really say what it is. The reason that they deplatform Kanye, they're saying it's because of fraud, which is very weird. It's like, why is the company lying to people? It's like, just say that you don't want to sell a swastika shirt. That's it, right? Like the Happy Wheel is something you don't like. I wonder though, like, what the fuck is up with the Happy Wheel now? Like, does it have like some mystical powers? Because again, like, his rap lyrics are more vulgar and they encourage violence and they glorify the gangster culture. And those are acceptable. But the swastika that's obviously used as a joke and obviously used to attention whore. Oh, no, goodness gracious. Oh, my God. Oh, like what do you think will happen? Like, let's assume that tomorrow every single person on the world has the manji, right? And where's the shirt showing it? Like, do we summon the Fourth Reich? Does Hitler rise from the grave? Does it have, like, mystical energy? No, seriously, like, I'm noticing that this type of imagery in the West is considered like it's religious in nature. It's like showing an upside-down cross in a medieval society. Like, you're invoking Satan. Does context not matter anymore? Because, like, when I'm born, context is important. Like, why is the person showing it? Like, is he actually trying to start a national socialist movement? Is he actually doing these things? Is he starting an NGO? Is he doing political activism? No. He's being a cheeky little shit. Oh, okay, well, he's being a cheeky little shit, just ignore him. Like, society can move on with some people being cheeky little shits. Oh, but that one poison apple in a bag, it creates a problem because now all the apples are rotten. And it's like, yeah, that's communist thinking. No, seriously, like that's Soviet Union thinking. It's not something that Americans used to think. No, like we can tolerate a few rotten apples. In fact, it's normal and desirable. give people an outlet to express their degeneracy is something normal, because otherwise you're going to get a backlash. Like they're going to rebel, and then you're going to get the backlash, and then you're going to get even more degeneracy than before, hence the woke. Like the reason the woke exists is because of a rebellion, because the society suppressed degeneracy for way too long. No, it needs to have an outlet that's controlled, small, acceptable. Again, seeing a naked woman on a red carpet is not like the satanic dinners, the spiritual dinners that the Democrats attended. It's not like the Metropolitan Gala, right? Like, that is indeed degenerate. But like, a naked woman on a... who cares? You don't have to watch it. That's another thing. Like, people need to learn this concept. Don't like it, don't watch it. Like, it used to be a thing, and it needs to come back. Anyway, right, do watch my pinned comment. You gotta watch that, because that's very important. And I'll see you guys under it. Under the pinned comment is where I will see you. Take care.